Hey, my name is Jay Nagji. I'm the founder and creative director of Hunger House Studios. We are a brand story studio and we craft gripping stories for brands and executives where we do commercials, brand story documentaries, corporate videos, creative story strategy, and even storytelling workshops. To me, a website is an experience in which someone can get a gauge on who you are and what you do as a business. It brands you as a person. I have worked with so many web developers in the last 10 years. It's so hard to find a really good web developer. I first began as a freelance filmmaker and I wanted to always have a portfolio website. So I've gone through at least 7 different iterations of my own website again and again, and I've worked with developers from around the world. And they always ended up with me having to fix everything myself. They didn't understand the aesthetic that I wanted, or they didn't capture exactly who I was. So I ended up having a lot of websites that didn't match my brand, and they felt very empty. After 10 years of struggling and just giving up on web developers, I came across Idea Fueled and Puneet. For the first time ever, a web development company asked me what my audience needs to feel when they go into that website. That's when I knew that this company is different. Most websites are something that look very generic and you can pass through them. Like they do one job, which is, hey, come here, click a button. Whereas Idea Fueled pay a lot of attention to creating an experience through the website. That experience is anything that you want. Nothing that they do is cookie cutter. Everything they do is customized. The process began with a deep dive into discovery, where they really asked many questions on who is my target audience, who we are, and what do we do. And a lot of the times I found it difficult to figure out what pages I need and what kind of sections I need. When it came to Idea Fuel, they recommended me what I need to put in. One of my briefs that I had was that I wanted it to feel like you were going through a movie poster, or almost a cinematic experience of what you see in movie intros and movie credits and things like that. And I think they really nailed that aspect of it feeling like a cinematic experience. And that was the one thing that really stuck out, was that they created an experience in which people could go through my website, as opposed to it just being a, hey, who you are, what do you do, let's get in touch. The other thing is they come in with a whole team. We had a dedicated person for design, a dedicated developer, a dedicated contact for the entire project to manage it, and it just felt so structured. This was also my first time experiencing a company that is so good at keeping you updated. And the thing about them is that they never push you, they never rush you, and they always make you feel as if you're creating something that is timeless. So I was also very clear from the start that I wanted control over my website. So I wanted to be able to add more projects and change some copy and be able to tweak a few things even years later. Because I've faced, web developers in the past where they've created something that is so impossible to go in the back end and fix. They really took that to heart. Every stage had that back context of how can we make this easy for you to use. They even ended with a tutorial so that I could have it documented. I love when websites make me feel something and they have a story to tell. And that was one of the biggest things that I got back, was that finally, after 10 years of trying to figure everything out, I received a story that I could tell. So I think across the board, they really have all these processes together, and it can be a website that actually functions for you, right? It's a functional website, not just an aesthetic website. After we developed my personal website, I ended up creating my own company called Hunger House Studios, where we tell gripping stories for brands and executives. I knew that I had to contact Idea Fueled again. We're just in the finishing stages of finishing up both of these websites, and I'm so excited to show it to the world. This has been almost 3 years working with Idea Fueled across several different websites from me and my family. Each and every website tells a specific story and matches the brand and the visuals that company has. So it's not just a website. It felt like they were creating an experience. That experience, in my opinion, is what sets other websites apart and creates that credibility and trust, which is so hard to find.